Hello, family and friends. This is Rob, the Sapper Gardener, representing Essayons Family Garden. And we're going to do a video long in the making, at least for us. We're going to do a Birria taco video. And Birria is a Mexican dish or South American dish where you stew some beef or lamb if you're doing it the traditional way, or maybe goat. And we're going to try to replicate that. We've actually done the birria several times. We have a local food truck that sells it, and we love it. We love it every time we can get it from there. But the lines have gotten very long. That's how good the food is. So we started trying to do it here at home, and we're going to show you a recipe we've not quite perfected, but it's pretty good. It's from a website we go to called My Latina Table, and we're going to try her recipe again today. Every time we do it, it gets a little bit better. So let me take you along on our efforts to do it. And Birria can be done according to her recipe, which we've tried it all three ways. You can do it traditional way in a pot, cook it for a few hours to get the beef tender. You can do it in a slow cooker, or you can do it in a pressure cooker. And we've done it all different ways, but the pressure cooker seems to be the number one way. And we're going to try to do that for you guys. Not today, tomorrow, because we're going to marinate our meat overnight and then cook the birrias tomorrow. But for you, it'll be one video. So let me show you the meat and we'll get started. So we're using 3 different cuts of meat, but there's no tried and true varieties that you have to use. You just want to make sure you got a good meat with a good portion of fat in it. We're using 3 cuts that we had on hand, but you can use whatever you have. Just you don't want to use something that's super lean because you do want some fat in it. So we always save our bones for broth, but we've got about 3 pounds of meat that we're going to set aside until we make our marinade, and then we're going to let that sit overnight. And we've got 3 traditional peppers, guajillo, ancho, and arbol, that we're going to saute up along with some onions and some tomatoes. And we're going to toast our peppers in a light coat of oil in the pan to get a little color, soften them up a little bit before we get them into a blender to puree them up. And you don't have to do this very long, but it's a very important step. And we're also going to do the same with some onions. We're going to saute these for a few minutes just to soften them up. We're going to add some garlic in, and we just love garlic. So add as much as you want to get it how you want it for your flavor profile. And last, we're going to add some canned tomatoes. We didn't have any fresh tomatoes, but if you have fresh tomatoes, you can use those and it'll give it a nice boost of flavor. And while everything's sauteing, you're going to add some water into the pot with the chilies, and you're going to bring this to a boil and boil it for about 10 minutes to soften everything up. We're also going to add in a few other ingredients into our sauteed vegetables once they've softened up adequately. We're going to add in our spice mixes. We're going to stir this up really well. And then we're going to add in a couple of other things at this step. We're going to drop in 1 cinnamon stick and a few bay leaves. And we're going to stir that into the mix also. And all this is going to go together with our peppers. We're going to puree this, and this is going to be the marinade for our meat, which is going to sit overnight if possible, but at least 4 to 6 hours. We're going to let this cool down before we put it into the blender, however. We're going to blend this up to a nice puree mix. And we're going to strain this also before we put it onto our meats. And this is finely pureed, but you may still need a flat spoon to press some of the mix down through your strainer, depending on how fine your strainer is. And the meat's going to sit overnight. And we're going to use a pressure canner to get our meat nice and soft and tender. We put it in the canner for about an hour, and the meat was fall apart tender, so it was very easy to shred up. So we're going to dip our corn tortillas in the consomme. We're going to put on some queso cheese, some onions. We're going to cook these really quickly in a hot pan. Get them crisp on both sides, and then our tacos will be ready. Our birria tacos will be ready. Alright, family and friends, this is take 2 of the Birria taco attempt. We got it a little crispier this time. The sauce is a little more red than last time, if you can see it, which you probably can't. But we'll keep making this. And Mrs. SG did not make a Birria taco. We actually did a queso Birria with queso cheese in it and the Birria meat. But there's tons of different ways that you can do yours. You can do it without queso. You can do it without the taco. You can do it as a stew. You can add it onto your rice like Mrs. SG is doing. So lots of different ways to do it. But we'll keep working on it, and we'll hopefully get it perfected like a lot of our other meals. But every time we've done it, it's gotten better. Well, first time it was good. This time it's better. Next time, maybe it'll be best. Maybe it'll be perfect. But the meat is super tender no matter how you eat it, and super tasty no matter how you eat it. The only trick is getting your corn tortilla shell the right level of crispiness. So Mrs. SG is going in for seconds. So we're going to sign out. We're going to finish eating up. As always, we want to say God bless our great country, America. God bless you wherever you are around the world. Enjoy your meals. Boom. Cook it up. Can you say that, SK, too?
Boom. Cook it up.
That was so lame. Boom! Cook it up. So, take care, everyone. Oh, go ahead.
Boom! Grow it up.
Yep, that too.